I say, don't marry who you love. I say, love who you marry. Because that's what the Bible teaches. If you love somebody and God approves of that person, that's good. It's an added advantage. But you may love somebody and God will say that's not the person. You will sacrifice your love and marry who God says. And so you are asking a question, you say, if I don't marry who I love, who should I marry? You marry the person God leads you to. Number two, you marry a person that fears God, that is under the government of God. And number three, you marry the person that is compatible with your purpose. If you find these three, you will love that person. But if you marry somebody you love, who God is not choosing for you, or you marry somebody you love, who is not under God's government, and you marry who you love, and he does not compact with your purpose, after a few years, you will discover that that love will vanish. Because if you study love itself in context, you will discover that it will be impossible to really get to love somebody that you have not understood and have not trusted. Because love has three cadres. The first cadre of love is affection. The second cadre of love is understanding. You even gossip with one another. What's happening is toge. You will discover that in one day, you talk to yourself more than 20 times. And it's not that initial. This time around is dependence. Companionship is being formed. But it is rooted in what? Understanding. And understanding takes time. And it's also rooted on covenant. And there's no covenant before marriage. So you can't enter the realm of toge until you get married. And then the final one is agape. Agape is sacrifice. Agape is self-denial. The reason you can build agape is not even because you have a connection with that person. Why filio is generated by circumstance, eros is generated by your definition of beauty, storge is defined or generated by understanding and covenant, agape is external. Agape is dependent on the level of trust and obedience you have for another force outside of that marriage. That's why it's called sacrifice. You don't build agape because of your connection with the person. You build agape because of your both connection with a superior being. And so most of the things you do with that person may not be because of that person. It will be because of your loyalty and submission to that being that binds you together. And so many times, when you go through a relationship as strong as marriage, you will discover the reason you will stay will not be because of the person. The reason you will stay will be because of your submission to God. That's why it is in worship and it is in loyalty to spirit beings that agape, the subject of agape, can be defined. And you cannot build agape until you marry somebody. Forget about the card you wrote some romantic words and sent. Sacrifice is deeper than card. It's death.